Hello, I cannot skip this step and the importance of it. Grab a shop vac, put a little bit of water in it, and then shop vac all the dry particles that fell off. You want this area clean before you start your second coat. Well, that was an hour well spent because I ended up hooking up with an associate that liked Game of Thrones. So we talked about the difference between the Martin books and the HBO series. So I'm heading on to the vehicle. I'm going to head home and we'll go over the items that I purchased for this dress for him. Hi folks, I'm back home, and these are the two 20-pound buckets that I picked up at Lowe's. One is quick setting cement and the other one is concrete patches, vinyl concrete patches. I'm going to use this one as my next base coat, but watered down, and then we'll see how it cures. And then my last layer will be the vinyl concrete patches. That's supposed to get into the little cracks and crevices that I create when I lay down this first layer. Now, I already did the base yesterday. That means I dirtied the dress with sand and just regular quick set concrete. The reason why I went hunting for this was because two reasons. One, it sets quickly, and two, it has a combination of sand and cement mixed already in it, and you can mold and sculpt this. Alright, I can add water as I go along and just mold and sculpt around those roses and the beadings and the puffy sleeves. Okay, now this one, if I have cracks when it dries, I can fill it. I can fill the cracks. Now I might even skip this step because I do want this dress to look old. So we'll just see what happens. These are the two buckets I picked up from Lowe's. Picked up some free mixing sticks. That's in the paint section. A bunch of gloves. Some plastic disposable containers. And I also have a face mask too. So let's get going on this project. August 4th. I am just doing a little bit at a time and make it very watery. And then I go and I brush it on the dress and then also form it with my hand. This is my second little bucket. And I'm doing the back side first. So here I have cement already and forming around her arm. Okay, I can't keep going back and forth to the camera because my hand's got cement on it, so that's what I have, and that's how I'm doing it. Okay, I'm taking a quick break to show you. See, I'm painting it on. I'm painting it on the dress with a brush that I picked up from Family Dollar. I'm doing the bottom last. Now I'm working my way on the sleeves and then the front. I water down the cement enough so it's like the consistency of runny pudding. That's all I can say. Pudding's pretty thick, but it's a little bit runnier than the pudding. And you can see where I've already painted on the cement. Alright, I'm going to continue. It's a lot of fun. And here's the consistency I'm using right now to paint it on her dress. And I am misting her with the hose too. So the cloth is slightly damp when I apply this. I forgot to mention that earlier. I misted her before I started in the back. And now I just got through misting her. And I'm going to add this to the front of her dress. There we go. It took me about an hour. once you paint on all the cement and her pleats, you fix the dress a little bit. Just let her dry. Don't mess with her. Did the back. Kind of folded the cloth. Put a little bit of extra cement on it. And we'll see how she looks tonight. Because I don't want to put any more on till tomorrow, just in case it rains. Left my mixing stick over there. Now wash your supply bucket out, wash your brush. You can use it again next time. See, she lost one of her pearls. That's alright. We coated over them anyways. Some of them are still showing on the dress, but once it's primed with my paint, you won't see those, but you'll see the bumps. That's fine. It'll give it the dimension later on with the paint. So what do you think, folks? Good Portland cement mix from Lowe's. Paint it on. The dirty base we had yesterday adheres to it, but then I'm adding water to the cloth too before I apply the cement. You know, it soaks in. You don't want this just to coat over the dress. It'll start to peel later on. You want it to coat into the dress. Awesome. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again when I start the video. Hey, Tortellini, you want a snack? Are you waiting for a snack? No? I love you, Tortellini. Yeah, I don't have a snack in my hand. I'll go in and give the cats their snack and the birds their food. I already fed Miss Nova Lee. Monday, August. Good morning, good morning, good morning. August 4th, 2019. I'm going to take a dry brush. She hardened. Very good. I'm taking a dry brush and I'm going to go over it and remove the dust, and then I'm going to prime her. I'm going to use Rust-Oleum metallic finish as well, so I can still have that cement color look underneath before I apply her other colors that I've decided to use. And I've decided a plum or a pinkish fuchsia and a gold dry brush to highlight her beadings and stuff. So right now I'm just going over, getting some of these little pieces off her before I start priming her. I did purchase a tarp today too, because I have a feeling it's going to rain later on, so I will cover her up. I decided to put on a mask. Yeah, I have a air filter mask on, and get out my shop vac, add a little some water, and then sweep up the dust that's created back here before I spray paint anything. Okay, gotta clean up the air. I'm just using one coat, and I'm just going up and down the pattern, trying to get in the little grooves and nooks and crannies. And I am wearing a face mask. This is giving her a metal look. kind of a metal metallic. This is fine. That's my base coat. This is my second can. I picked this up at Larson's Salvage here in Bay City for $2.99. I always post Larson Salvage on my Facebook page, so check it out. My Facebook page is Legacy's Little Luxury Crafts and Crafts YouTube. Alright. Have to go on the back of her and get the back. Have to squeeze in this little space. But I'm getting the idea. She's getting her first coat of paint primer on her. Allow this first coat to sit as long as you can. About a good 4 or 5 hours before you apply a second coat. Alright. 1 coat, 3 cans. And now, as much as I want to continue 4 or 5 hours from now and place a second coat of this protectant. And see, I even did her headpiece. I neglected to put that in the video, but yes, she came with a little headpiece, so I did cement it, and then now I protected it with the primer metallic. It's supposed to rain later, so if I allow this to set up for the day and the evening, I'll just cover it with a tarp. That's why I don't want to add a second coat later on and then it does rain. So I'm going to allow this to fully dry, and we'll see what it looks like tonight. This is looking good. This has been a process, and I did not need to coat that second layer of cement either like I thought I would. Too much cement, it'll end up cracking off anyways. You need a coat of cement to adhere to the paint. And I think I did a good job on that yesterday. Art is about texture and feeling and going with your senses too. I mean, you don't want to add too much. It's better to use a little and go a little bit at a time than throw on a whole bunch of stuff. But this so far is what she looks like today on Monday, August 4th, 2019. Okay folks, I'm still searching for the burgundy color that I want. I found burgundy satin at Ace. Now I did come across this paint that is supposed to be subjected to high heat, and I never thought of that. You know, my dress is out there in the heat most of the day, and I already sprayed it already with that metallic primer. I'm going with the same color, but I picked up some of this high heat paint. As you can see, that it's for grills, things that heat up. I'm going to apply a coat of this on her. What's it going to hurt? Before I start with my burgundies and all the colors I want to start with, I got to get that first primer base down, and I should have purchased this before. I forgot that they made this. However, it is $8 a can, and I just went through 3 cans to coat the dress, so 8 times 3 on this would be way expensive than the $3 times 3 that I already used. But I am going to use this as my next layer before I start adding my colors. And what do you think of this burgundy satin? And it's a big huge can, so I figure 2 cans will do it for her first deep dark coat. Alright, catch you later. And it is August 5th, 2019. I've been saying August 4th today. August 5th, 2019. Okay, burgundy red is now on it. Burgundy satin red. First layer. I might give it a second coat, I might not. Still going to add some pink to kind of lighten it up a little bit in the beading area and in the lace area. But remember, this is cement. It's not supposed to be perfectly painted, you know. Not like I did the Virgin Mary. This one's going to have cracks in it and all that good stuff because it's cement. And it's hand painted cement. So anyways, going to let this layer dry. Might give it another layer of burgundy satin and then get to it tomorrow for the final pink and gold. Still going to place gold on it. Or silver. I could do silver. We'll see. This is a lot of fun. And it was great to think it over too. Gives my brain a chance to concentrate and have patience. Alright, now pink is on it. The pink is a water base. What do you think? She is colorful for the yard. Oh, let it dry. I wasn't going to put pink on it, but then as the red dried, it was too red for me. Because I'm in full sun. So it wasn't like a burgundy, it was more like a fire engine red to me, like a deep red. And so I toned it down with this pink. Here she is drying. She looks pretty cute, standing up in the garden. Pink against all this green. And then you can see hints of red in her, in the dress. And I've yet to embellish the pearls that were sticking out and those roses. I might place gold on them or silver. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Just going to see how this dries because it's oil, Rust-Oleum oil, and then the pink is water base. Thus, in the future, as it fades, more and more red's going to come through. So right now it's pink, pink, a little bit of red. But as she ages, I suspect that that oil paint will come through while the pink paint fades. Or the pink paint and the burgundy paint fades and then the silver comes through. Either way, it's still going to look pretty neat. And I think I might place a planted pot on her head yet. So I thank you for watching. This is part 2 with a couple days mixed in. And you will see part 3 and how she looks in the end. Right now I'm not finished yet. But she looks really pretty this way. It was better than the red, I think, at first. It was just too deep and, you know, the color wasn't setting like I liked. Subscribe. See you next time. August 5th, 2019. I mixed some gold metallic with some fuchsia metallic and just went around briefly on these little bumped raised areas where the pearls were and just added a touch of glam. Enough for you to see it up close, but from far away in the distance you can't. Am I looking for the 1900s vintage colors? No. Am I looking to brighten up my garden? Yes. Looking forward to seeing her this winter out in the white snow? Yes. I will let all this set now, and I might cover her up with a tarp tonight because I hear I'm getting a huge rain pour. Wouldn't want this all to go to waste after 3 days, 4 days of this adventure, huh? Once again, my camera does not do justice for the colors, but that's okay. I thank you. For sticking around on part 3. Will I add a protective coating of glaze? No. Because what if I want to repaint it later on? Change the color up next year? I can. If I put a thick coat of protected gloss on it, it's not going to do too great if I want to repaint it. But as for now, I'm content. Just need a pot on top of her head with some flowers. Remove the tarps underneath. Maybe add something in front of her. I would like to find a picnic basket to put flowers in. Even a cement picnic basket type, or a flower bouquet holder. Place it down by her feet area. We'll see. This is Miss Jones with Legacy's Little Luxuries Arts and Crafts YouTube.